Hello, my name is Yasmin Valenzuela, and my proposal is on homelessness in Albuquerque. Homelessness in Albuquerque is one of the major issues that affect our city. In looking at homelessness, we can determine that the reason behind homelessness can be unemployment, substance addiction, abuse, etc. There is a lot of minor issues that cause homelessness, but if those minor issues are taken care of by the city, there is a way we can reduce homelessness. Some background information I found on homelessness is that it has been shown in many different cases that the lack of affordable housing is one of the major factors on why people go homeless. According to the article, How Do People Become Homeless states the two biggest factors driving homelessness are poverty and the lack of affordable housing. In the article, it also discusses how people live from paycheck to paycheck and not having anything left to put into their savings, So that's a very important point because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you really do not have much to put into a savings account. And sometimes accounts, are very important because it's a way it's a safety net, in other words, because if you have an emergency or you cannot achieve to pay for your house the next month, you have that money you can take out and use it for that issue that's going on. So it is really, really important to acknowledge why people go into homelessness. Another thing I found is that there in 2014, it was identified that 18,057 domestic violence incidents in New Mexico happened. Domestic violence is also an issue on why people become homeless because people that are being abused decide to leave the abuser, and sometimes they leave with nothing. So if they have nothing, they become homeless. They try to find a way to get money, and sometimes it's asking their community for help. So my project plan for this proposal is to create workshops for families that are having issues managing their house payments. What the workshop will provide for the families is how to budget their money and how to learn how to save some saving habits, So what I mean by that is that need to learn that no matter if it's a dollar or a dime, it's better to save it than spend it right away. And yeah, maybe a dime or a dollar, but little by little, that will increase, and they have to learn how to do that. Yes, they live paycheck to paycheck, but at one point, there's going to be some remaining money, and that should be put into a savings account. And that savings account will then become their safety net for in case something goes wrong. My other solution for this is for people that have substance abuse, it can be difficult to achieve a change, but that does not mean it cannot be achieved. What we can do to help them before they become homelessness, or if they are already homeless, is get them help. Have an affordable nonprofit rehab that can help people get sober, as well as have them learn some certain work ethics that can help them once they get out. And this is a really important point because a lot of people that are homeless end up going to jail for violations such as shoplifting, disorderly conduct, and drug and alcohol use. That is something that can be changed if they put a rehab that is free for them, so they can get the help that they need to achieve, to change, to be someone better. And lastly, have an educational center. By having this center, people who have been homeless for over years can get the education they need and or complete the education that they did not finish due to becoming homeless. That's going to be beneficial because they are going to be more knowledgeable and will help them get a better job in the future. So in my research, I found out that annually Albuquerque spends $20 million on homelessness. In a study provided by Gonzalez, it was said that the money was being used for services for homeless people, such as emergency rooms, inpatient and outpatient services. It is obvious that the way the money is being spent currently is not being much help. What should be done is divide the money to create an educational center for the homeless, create the rehab center, and create or rent an area to provide the workshops. The money can also be used to pay those who run the educational center and the rehab center. And also, depending if the area for the workshop is being rented, the money will also go towards the rent as well as paying for the people who provide the workshops. I had some research to do and I found out to even open up a rehab center, it takes from $5,000 to $50,000, which is not a lot of money compared to what they already have. $20 million, that's a lot of money. These could be creative to help those people that need it. In conclusion, as humans, we know we cannot change the way a person is. People get into a comfortable stage where they do not want to change the way that they live. But that does not mean that as a community, as a city, should we let homelessness keep growing. The city obviously has the money to provide the necessary resources to reduce homelessness. It can be a really long process, but that does not mean it will not succeed. Homelessness is a serious issue that should be taken care of. We can change and make a change for those people who are struggling in our city. So thank you so much for your time, and this was my proposal.